And so to straighten these wires, even though they look fairly straight, when you pull them off the spool, they get some little warps and bumps sometimes in them. So I'm going to show us how to straighten wire. I'm going to take some metal pliers, and these are flats, metal flat pliers. I'm going to hold my square wire at its end, and I'm going to give it a nice firm grip. I'm going to take my nylon jaw, and with both pliers pointed forward, because it's square wire, so we got to do both sides, all four sides. So with both plier heads pointed forward, I'm going to just, with a handshake grip, squeeze and slide my nylon jaw down the wire a couple of times. And that gets the top and the bottom of my square wire straight. Then I'm going to turn my metal plier 90-degree upward, and I'm going to keep my nylon jaw pointed forward so that I can straighten the other two sides of this square wire. And I'm just going to run my plier down these two sides a couple of times. And then I'll just take my finger and gently counteract. There's a soft warp or arc, in the wire. You can take your finger and just do kind of a soft, real soft counter bend. That'll get it nice and straight for you. So do all three of your wires. I've already pre-done my other two for time in this video. And then now, when we hold all three wires together, they should lay, flat and side by side like this, nice and square, all the way down. If you have a little crunchy end like this that wants to give you trouble, don't worry about it. Snip it off. Snip it off where it's clean right there. Don't fight that. Okay, so I'm going to show you also my method to keep these wires together while I work with them before I actually band them. I know a lot of videos show people just working with the wires loose, and you can do that, but sometimes it's difficult to hold on to them all together and keep them straight. So I just use a little bit of painter's tape. I come down to the end of my wires, make sure that they're butt up against each other, and just jiggle them until they lay side by side. You'll lay the tape on them about an inch in and just lay it flat like that. And then flip the butt of it up and snuggle it onto your wires. Your wires should stay side by side and not buckle into each other. So they don't cross, I'm just going to keep my fingers on them and walk them down to the other end. And I'm going to put another piece of tape right there. I'm going to press the tape on the same as I did the other side. Okay. I'm going to make sure my flaps are both going the same direction. So I'm going to flip the bottom of the tape up, just like I did the other side. And that way both of my tapes are pointing in the same direction so I don't crash into them later. And the first thing I'm going to do is straighten these wires out. So I'll just do that with my fingers to get the big arc from the spool off of the wire. You know, as a little trick, I like to use my wooden dowel as a wire straightener, for round wires anyway. So I'm just going to roll out the wire on my mat. I like to do half of the wire at a time. And this takes all those little lumps and warps off of the wire from the spool. It does also harden the 18 gauge slightly. Okay, and now I have two beautiful straight pieces of wire to work with.